Hear ye, hear ye! The Manolan Review has arrived!
Finally!
Come on now, it's Redalian's finest voice! Gather round and hear the news!
Who cares?
Alright guys, hi, welcome to a Total Arc Manolan Review. As always, we're thankful for all the people that help us play D&D and make these things possible. We've got kind of sort of behind on our Manolan Review, so we're going to do this as a full round table after we've played a session. This is going to get you caught up on episodes 6 through 18, so you guys won't see this until after episode 18 premieres. Hopefully we'll release it like the next day. So anyway, I'm going to, as the DM, talk as little as possible unless called upon. I'm just going to let the players kind of discuss some things that maybe weren't said during the arc or ideas and stuff like that. Maybe answer some of the generic questions that's out there without giving up too much information about their own past and things of that nature. So, take it away.
What happened to Cortland Tabor?
He is somewhere. I don't remember where he went.
Volley
He messaged me. I told him where we were going, but I can't for the life of me remember. Okay. Might be one of the things where I go watch the video. It was just in the last session that he messaged us.
Oh.
He went researching something for bait and Q-Ray or something like that.
The whole thing has had me confused watching the videos before Newt even got there. The Sahooligans were attacking them.
Sahooligans. There's no L.
Sahooligans were attacking the dock. You got Mathai sends his head top dog court wizard down to investigate some attacks on some supplies. Like, is it really going to break the leg of Stammer's from his thigh? Is there going to be something more going on than just sending him down for the supplies?
Well, it's happened a few different times, and I think he's beginning to see like a pattern, seeing what's going on. Because this was the third attack
Right, but is
on
it
different dock cities. So maybe he's trying to find the. But I mean, Zen King doesn't want their people to get killed.
right? But I mean, is it important enough to send his like top dog next to him?
Well, here's the thing: this is a world of magic, and he could be anywhere and like poof.
Yeah, maybe he wanted to send normal investigators, but it's like they'll have
It would take them
teleportation
days to get
needs.
there. Yeah.
So he sends his court wizard real quick, pop in and say, "What's up?"
Also, they were there quick afterwards. So how the heck did they know that quick?
That's a question. I don't know. Magical.
Like
I mean, there's always magical like sending and stuff, but there wasn't really anybody in town that we know of that was strong enough to do it, unless it was Cortland. But I don't know if he was even there then, because we kind of lost him after like the first day.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was like right after the attack, right? That he was there. Like within minutes.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. The Sultanix may have had some way, or Ursula might have had a way of communication with them. I can only
Look how
assume.
fast he showed up when we talked to him. Like, I know that we did not finish the quest to save Thumper's bride from being married off.
That was the thing.
I really don't remember what the point of that was.
I don't either. That's my first part of this question.
Thumper was supposed to.
Why?
If we helped Thumper, Callie was supposed to help us delay
The trial.
the trial.
But we didn't need it. We ended up not needing it delayed because we were able to.
But then it came back. He knew something about the anchor.
Right.
Yeah, I said, that's what I came up to Callie and I was like, listen, we have no reason to help Thumper because we need to help.
To help Thumper, we'd already need the boat.
Yeah.
And so just delaying that's not going to help us any.
Yeah, because we still lose the captain and we wouldn't have the boat either way. So then
Because there's
she's
no
like,
way
well, he
to-
knows about the anchor. And it's like, well,
And at this point, after reading the thing, I don't know if the anchor's the book. It sounded like it was two different things.
The note you gave me?
Yeah. Because it said, I need the book. I just found the anchor. Like,
the notes I stole off your corpse.
I got a bunch of notes, man. I'm the bookkeeper over here.
you dug through his tube and found all of his prized possession first. It says, I need.
Tabaxi dude Scalpo. That's fine, I can't remember. He didn't tell us our name. Don't tell me. Don't answer.
Because there at one point it says, I need the book soon. But it says he
The
found
Prince of
the
Peace
anchor and sent it
campaign
off.
took place in 292. This campaign is taking place in 459.
How long do Tabaxi?
No, it doesn't say that.
You found the book, right?
Because I procured it.
Which means he had it.
I was able to procure it from Captain Alfie's ship, which was delivering goods for Master Nikolai. I sent the Master on this thing. once obtaining the anchor, he went to send it somewhere for somebody to get it. And then
Right,
it was
but it's the
intercepted.
book, the anchor. Or is the anchor something else?
I know.
Well, go ahead and speak up there.
This guy sucks. Gosh, wish Nuke could have heard half the crap that went down this last episode.
Nuke's biggest problem is not being there.
Always.
We definitely got a nice helping of how death stuff works for this. In the rudest of ways.
Oh, we had all this go on since Violet isn't high enough level to do anything about it, and now that have third level spells, nobody's gonna die. That's just the way it'll happen.
Definitely changed the way we do everything, though. You're a lot more careful healing people now, like not just burning through damage spells or stuff like that.
I've tried, it's hard.
Yeah.
I can't do a whole lot. I have a mace, and then I have +2 to hit with it, does a D6.
My biggest problem with Nuke is I tried to build him to be more story driven, and I didn't give him too many damage spells, which just kicked my ass.
Like, my saves are so low right now, where we're such a low level. It's just hard for me to, Sacred Flame.
Yeah, and then well, I go Nova, hit 2 out of 4 times, and it's like, alright, well, every other turn from now on I hit 1 time. Oh, I missed. Alright, peace, next guy. Next, my turn again. Oh, miss. Okay, see you. See you in 16 minutes.
Very bursty.
Yeah.
That's something just like a DM point of view on these encounters. The last few episodes have been super encounter heavy, just because it was kind of it was a dungeon crawl, but not in your traditional sense. You all started out in the sea cavern, which led you to this room, and then it led you to the Gold Keep, and then it led you back down to the, you know what I mean? It was a weird kind of dungeon crawl. Because there was, you still didn't get to rest and do all this time because you were pushing to get places and do things. But
The time stuff does add a fun factor to it.
yeah, I think that timeline really pushed you all to do different things. But same sense, I had these encounters written forever ago, and what was funny to me, but also nerve-wracking, is when you all were fighting the Elemental and then Borg, I was like, oh god.
Well, my whole thing with Borg is I was nervous the kids were going to die, so I'm like...
I know. It's how do you split your resources between saving the people that were down here saving and killing the guy?
The Borg was a adapted version of a new monster or new stat block in Fizzbands, which was cool. What do you guys think about the blade?
Yeah.
It's nutty.
I don't know.
I
Did
can
you make
finally
that?
look at it.
You just came up with it?
I knew that I wanted to use that stat block after I read Fizzbands, and so basically I took that stat block and was like, if a human, non-Dragonborn, would have this ability, what gives him that ability? And so then I made the weapon to match that stat block.
Borg was in the thing where they find coal, right? With the inject with the black stuff, and then that sword had the black stuff. Right.
We're still going to see what that red crap is that you got.
Yeah.
It's probably nothing, or something not really.
It'd
Make
be
a
cool.
road drink and we'll see what
It'd be cool to figure out how to use the sword without it taking over. If that's ever possible, it would be interesting.
I don't know.
My new weapon is a hand holding that sword.
Get you a pair of blacksmith
How much does it weigh? We'll mage hand that sucker.
I've got removed
You hold your
curse
spider,
now.
and the spider holds the weapon. You said it can hold a weapon for you, but it
There
can
you
swing
go.
it. You swing the spider.
Spider dodges into enemies.
I don't know the
Take that, Jeremy Crawford.
the oil slick fire. I like the idea of the spell combos. It about bit us in the ass, but it was fun.
Yeah, it's burning
It's
everything.
more combining spells instead of just using one damage spell. Kind of interesting way to play it out.
Fire in D&D is a weird thing, because it's as a DM point of view, I'm like, okay, if it's going to be set aflame, what can catch on fire? And you were in a wooden kitchen.
Well, the whole combo spells I did. You remember the other that one campaign where Train died?
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, that one guy, what was his name? Adam?
Yeah.
For some, just randomly bought bags of gas or oil or something.
They brought a big old powder keg.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we put it in a bag of holding, and it was like a last ditch effort. Someone just slung the thing and then cut it, and then boom, bomb.
Boom
So
bomb.
this idea of making combos were wild.
Hey, how heavy of a thing can your spider carry?
I don't know. You probably got to think. I know one thing is like
give him a powder keg, just send him out there.
blow his legs off.
Bomber.
Yeah.
If you're like if you're a gnome or whatever, you can ride them.
That's cool.
But I mean, you can't do like no mech walking around. But I mean, I guess you could. But
I know Newt was acting like an idiot after end of that one episode
Yeah, what was that?
After Cable.
What was that? Why was he acting like that?
He had like PTSD and he just went back to his safe place in his prison cell.
It's a prison cell.
Yeah.
okay. In his hammock.
We'll probably flesh that story out soon.
Maybe.
Well, maybe. Maybe. That's true. Depending on how, if he comes back or not. He's still gaining levels, but he's dead. I'm still curious about this flying castle.
I mean, like we all are.
Tell me why.
And that's for, as far as you know, well, but you
there
didn't even see it this
castles
time
in
either.
the sky. Oh, take
Me and
me
Kraloth are the only ones that seen it twice now.
Oh, the castle.
I think
way
me and
up
Cole
high.
know a lot more now because at one point y'all said you gave us the information.
Yeah. That's another thing too. Is like getting out of the Maple Dock thing.
Yeah.
Like it feels like he knows, you know, wherever we go next, he's in the story more. This time he's like, well, these people are the only ones that you took
These
or
people
found the
saved
only
me.
thing I was
Right.
looking for, so I'm gonna kind of do whatever. But now it feels more opened up.
Some of the things from episode 6 that you guys heard and talked about that maybe has slipped your mind to an extent was when Kraloth found out about the news to his people. So how was that for you?
I mean, yeah, that's basically it's driving the story almost at this point. I feel kind of guilty, but it's like that needs to be done.
I think we can knock out multiple things though,
Yeah,
because you've got to get your people, but it's going to take more than just us.
Yeah.
And I think the package that you got was like a wizard bugbear or something.
Yeah, he's in Nordal.
So get help from him, because he mentioned coming to him for help or something like
Yeah,
that.
that's where I'm going.
So we'll go there. I have reasons to go to Nordjul.
But yeah, like that, his whole mission was to get food for his people, and then he learns that, and it's like, well, my entire reason for being here is totally changed. Now I gotta leave.
Also, how do you feel about the ship with, I guess apparently Ultio's driving? It's got undead on it plus the bugbears are helping
Yeah, I
him
know. That's the other thing. It's like, where do I go?
out. Like, are the bugbears bad on his ship now?
Yeah.
They're slaves, now they're killing people as pirates.
Yeah. It's like, were they forced to do that, or did they choose to do that, or they regressed? And then, do they know about the homeland stuff, or is that just me? I didn't think about that. Okay. Yeah, so it's just like, there's a lot of questions about how to proceed. So, yeah.
Here's another just interesting tidbit I'll add in there because it doesn't really help or hurt anything. I mean, if Borg was bad and Ultio attacked his ship, where does that put Ultio?
Yeah,
You can have more than one bad person fight each other.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it's enemy of my enemy. It's my friend, but it's still an enemy.
It's just, I don't know that it was necessarily that they were enemies, but I think Borg had something that Ultio wanted. So,
And Ultio's an ass, but he was with y'all at the beginning, so you know, he might not be a completely bad
yeah,
guy.
I mean, we didn't really care for him then. Tolerated him. I mean, just the way, you know.
Just
Yeah.
because he bad guy does not mean he bad guy.
Something else that was mentioned was while you were up there, you learned of a conflict brewing between the Devil's Revelry and the Wolfthorn Valley.
Is that the gnomes and stuff? Okay, well maybe that's what I'm thinking of when I was talking about it. In this
I have no
episode.
idea what that is.
It's in a distant land. I don't think
I
none
remember-
of you all would know much about.
I remember writing something like that down.
Another one of those issues that was there was a clergyman from the Peacemaker Coalition was asking for help in cleansing the pirates of the West by converting or removing the populace there.
It was
I
never
do
around
remember
this-
that. I wrote that down. Peacemaker Coalition, Arathis, cleanse pirates.
So I mean,
Is that anywhere on the way to Nordal?
That's Atonia?
That's Satonia.
There's a few places in Satonia. There's a few quests there. A few. Is that before Nordal?
We got Hammerfields, west of Nordland, stricken with famine and sickness. So there's something going on there.
Then we got the dragon nest.
Got the dragon thing, which that could be really cool.
Why does Brig go by Alpha?
how'd you like, Hunter, that the emissary from the Hammerfields was a descendant of Rogar?
I mean, I thought that was. I didn't even write that down, but yeah. There's a lot going on, man.
No offense to Hunter, but just after watching everything, I still don't trust you, Golden One. I'm just,
No, I don't either. Violet 100% doesn't.
I mean,
She's questioning everything.
but every time I ask you that first Manolan review, like he's just sitting you out in the shit, not telling you nothing's out there. Now you got shit growing out the back of your neck, and no one's told you that. And I'm like, what in the world?
I mean, I have a little bit of idea what that is, but I'm not 100% sure.
Just felt like the Golden One would be like, got shit back here. That took care of.
That was the big pieces of episode 6, other than Kraloth also learned that GJ had been taken captive, which that's expounded since then.
His brother.
That was the gist of episode 6. Episode 7 was when you all saved Violet from drowning herself. The Sahuagins attacked, and that was basically it because it took so long. The Sahuagin leader was a formidable enemy. He gave y'all some trouble.
Him and the
What? When we were finding the ocean?
Yeah.
I about had that son of a bitch. She's lucky. I literally was one swipe away from getting him.
him and old Master Sass are still under him able though.
Yeah, but I don't know how much. You know, I think it was more of a. I don't know. I don't think that they were necessarily like super in cahoots. Borg and the Sahuagins. It was just kind of
Opportunities.
Yeah.
Episode 8 was when you met the Briganders. What do you guys think about Callie and the Briganders?
I don't know how much I care for Cal after that last interaction.
Nah, I should perm nude.
That was good.
So.
No, it really is all about the Briganders, like for real. And there's a point he was asking,
Yeah, he's wanting to
considering how to join them.
Yeah, I think Kraloth isn't really interested in helping, like joining them or anything, but he sees that they're useful.
Yeah, I mean,
It's another tool. I mean, you are an
Yeah.
ambassador. You gotta look for stuff like that.
Knew how to plan with them and their whole and everything, but then he died.
They proved themselves to be capable and helpful.
Callie is very. She's not distrusting, but she's. You know, I'm gonna do what's best for me and my people. I don't care what it costs people that I don't know and that type of stuff. She's there to protect the poor, and she doesn't care about anything else.
She seems like she cares a lot about the children.
She does. And she will warp whatever it is to her advantage for her allies and herself. And if it doesn't advance her agenda or advance her thing, she'll cut ties. She's just the way she is.
Once you know Nuke's backstory, it'll make more sense about Nuke. I mean, it's just the way his shits fell into place. Just all of a sudden, everything hits him at once. It's like
I think
he don't even know what's going on, to be honest.
Arc 3 and 4, so coming up probably like the next 20.
This was the end of the second one, right?
Yeah, the next 20-ish episodes or so. There will be a lot more. I mean, you all as a party are going to get to know each other a lot better, you know.
Especially with all the time at sea and.
Yeah, and you'll come to know each other more, and
Are we gonna learn what to do with the drunken sailor?
that'll be up to Cole.
I mean, what do you do with the drunken sailor?
Early in the morning.
What do you guys think about Umbly?
I like old Umbly.
Yeah.
Is he the favorite NPC so far?
Nah.
Who's the favorite NPC? That's a good question.
NPC.
From a viewer's point of view, because you all hadn't got to interact with everybody, but you have interacted with some.
One of my favorite ones so far was the one that Robert got his head off.
Oh, the door.
The asshole.
Hank John.
Hank
Yeah.
John. God, it feels like forever ago.
He
doesn't
wasn't
it?
that big of an asshole. I mean, he was kind of
He-
crooked a little bit.
yeah.
But
No, I just love the asshole mannerisms he had when he spoke. He spoke to people like an asshole, but he wasn't a bad guy.
I'm a pretty big fan of that Doc can to create that distraction. We played that naked lady go right
He
He seemed like a good guy.
was a naked, half orc? I don't remember what it was.
I'm glad he's part of the team now. he's my new guy.
I don't know who favorite NPC would be. I guess it'd be, I mean,
I like Cortland Tabor, but now I guess Harpene, because I know.
hey, I like Portland pretty good, but
Harpene, I think will be more. I like her better once I know her more.
I don't know. She's still,
Yeah, she's too mysterious. Like,
there's a lot of unknown.
but
things
she's
about
helping
her.
Kraloth, so that's why I like her.
She seems a little bit about everybody, though, like a little bit. Like not everything, but she knows everything about something about everything.
For what she has told us as her background, I think she knows a lot to just be
Yeah,
this little druid.
She's obviously more than what she says she is.
I think that there is investigation for you all on the Wreath, like her organization and things. So, because she told you that, she has a flower mother named Kindred the Eyeless, and there's a lot of stuff there. So, you heard the twin kids' little
Pigs and snakes.
Omo and Ono.
Olo.
That you made me think was a halfling, and I threw a dagger out through his heart.
Because remember they told you the story about the Twilight and Quayla crystals.
Barely remember
I
that.
don't remember that one at all.
What's Quayla sound like, honey? I realized that after reading my book. Quayla crystal, what does that sound like? The way it's spelled out.
I mean,
Well,
it reminds me of.
There was a previous game. There was a,
yeah.
I didn't realize that the first time I read it, and I was reading my page, and I was like, this was a lot like that Quayla chick you used to mess around with.
Oh, that was a different character.
Are you sick of us making everything trying to be a reference to Prince of Peace campaign?
I think a lot of stuff has references to the Prince of
Brig
Peace
was
campaign.
from
I mean,
there too,
it's-
wasn't he? Or something?
No.
Or he's from something.
What's the deal with Bait and Keyray? That wasn't even Prince of Peace, but I can't remember what his whole deal.
He was the guy you all spent the
Professor.
entire Shadow Soldier. He was the researcher
He was a researcher.
that you all were trying to find. And then he joined you when you all were hunting down the Kriza and all
That's
that.
right. Okay, that's different. Okay.
Yeah, I love callbacks. And I love how, remember you all at the end
He
warped
ended on
onto
the
the beach
cliffhanger.
and he was like, get up, get up, get up.
And we were running and hearing loud footsteps behind us.
And Mitchell said, I want to find it. I want to know what happened.
Okay.
I liked Baden a lot in that first campaign. Or in that.
It was Captain Pike that died.
Yeah, Captain Pike.
That was funny because that was just supposed to be a random guy with no name, and we loved him so much he had to create a whole
Yeah, we kept going back to visit.
He was the only point of reference for the whole town that we got. So I mean, we had to.
Yeah, I'm perfectly. I didn't want to make a.
Anyway, back to this one.
Sorry. But I was talking about.
Sorry, guys.
You wait till the next campaign. How many callbacks will be to this one?
One of these days we just need to read like a book or something and just give the gist of the old campaigns and make it make sense.
Yeah. Do like a chronological kind of story.
Pajamas with the sleep.
Yeah, we need to make an official
Bedtime story
timeline
with
for
the
your
dude.
campaigns.
When we talk about Rogar.
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
Like, do something.
Rogar was one of my characters from a one shot we played.
Mm.
He was a dragonborn and he won the kingship over a bunch of dwarves as a dragonborn from his clan. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Episode 10 was you all invading the nobleman's house to try to retrieve the ring.
No, we didn't pull the wool over our eyes on that one, did
Yeah, that was a ploy by Borg. Because he
I
had
didn't
recognized.
like
That was after he found out you all were breaking into his shit.
Yeah, because Robert tried to pick a fight with the whole guard crew on the coast at night.
Travis kicked the door down.
How did y'all not see the chest that time?
Episode 11 is when you all met
That was a
Alfie's
quick dig
crew
out.
for the first time in the warehouse. You talked to kind of their spokesperson, whose name was Jariel. You kind of spoke to them, tried to figure out, and they
That's when
had
we found the clothes and stuff.
yeah, and he sold them to somebody for a gold. Violet New ventured into the captain's quarters when you were attacked for the first time from this master assassin.
Screw that guy.
I'd say attacked.
So do I recognize that as the same person from before? That stabbed me in the back of the neck? So it's the same person.
Same
So
body
this is
shape.
a pretty powerful person because they knew Dimension Door. They had Dimension Door.
Ooh, I'm glad we didn't fight that guy.
Is the stuff in your deck the same as the Borg sword?
I don't think so. It didn't sound like it.
It sounded like a creature, not black smoke.
And it didn't sound like it was something that was put there or something that was already there and they were trying to get. That's what it sounded like. I don't know.
And then whatever the syringe was in that cave, that sounds like the same thing as some Borg sword. So
Well,
whatever
I
it is,
think
it's
it made
coming
me
from
run into
somewhere.
the ocean.
I think the stuff in the cave was from the Sahugans. Hopkins.
Does
You
the
got
Borg
tricked
have-
though. Why'd you run out to the ocean? Like it makes no sense. I mean, I know for story wise you had to get down there, but
And he said he was commanded to do it. Or
Yeah.
I mean, I had no choice.
I mean, who commanded?
I mean, it could have been a spell. It could have been anything.
Yeah, but
Do we know where Borg came from before the Harbor Master stuff?
He was just in the town. He was the harbor master.
From
Just
BC.
some
He used to be-
Chad.
He used to be the leader of the town, didn't he? Before he was our master.
He was the mayor. The high executive.
He was high executive, yeah, but things weren't good then.
Not for the people.
Yeah.
For him, maybe.
Oh yeah. That's what tends to happen.
This is when you met Thumper. Like who you were talking
poor
earlier.
We had all kinds of plans to save him too. We even talked about it when we wasn't playing in text messages. To save him.
I mean, the plan would have worked if the Briganders would have had some balls and burned their garden down.
Like all they had to do was just
Yeah, just throw a
just a
freaking
little
fire
arsony.
out. Yeah, just a little bit of arson, you know. I mean, are y'all
Those-
or not?
They'll steal stuff from people, they'll
Yeah,
fight people, but they won't set a
They'll just
guard
go
on
kill
fire.
people, but they won't set fire to a
No,
garden.
we're not doing
Yeah,
that.
you legit assassinated a guard for hit money, but you won't set the flowers
For
on fire.
50 gold.
I mean, shit, that was...
If flowers are
I
fancy.
can buy a potion for that.
You also learned about the anchor in this episode because it was something in one of Borg's papers. This is also the episode where you had the ale drinking contest.
How'd you
God, that could have went south if I
how'd you
didn't.
like Hunter having that spell ready?
That was good. I mean,
I
it was
had that
cool.
plan.
I love it when I plan something like that, and then you all use mechanics within the game to.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it's for, you know.
Yeah, finally something worked in our favor.
Yeah, I mean,
Because
That was one of the
real
rules. It
bad.
just happened.
Yeah.
because I mean, I was just gonna see who got poisoned, who didn't, you
Yeah.
know. But
Was it
Hunter-
the Sahuagin poison? Was it the thing that they were transforming people with? We don't know.
No,
That's
this was. See, this
I
was
gave
like
it to
necrotic,
Quayle.
right? So this was to try and hurt. This was deadly. Stuff,
I gave
so.
the poison to not Quayle. Sluice Queen.
Callie.
Callie, that's names. I gave the
Give Abigail.
I gave it to Callie to investigate. But I
When are we
never
gonna
got
meet
back.
Abigail? We've heard so much about her. Is she
Right
our
here.
crew?
And
It's my backup
what
character.
did you just say?
That's the girl who streaked across the docks that day.
Repeat what you just said.
It was a necrotic poison. Meant to
Something
kill
happened in that
people.
episode.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Oh,
ale
Newt
drinking
might
contest.
have screwed himself too because he gave old dude a letter to meet up with, and we were fighting downstairs in the cavern, so I never met up with him.
That appointment he missed or whatever.
Yeah, I
He
slipped,
talked to
dude. I slipped. I think I got Kraloff to hand it to him. I can't remember his name at this point.
I don't remember
Goldenrod
I don't remember that.
slipped him a letter to meet me in the back alley at midnight. We were downstairs in the cavern until like 2 o'clock in the morning, so I missed my meeting. So I might have screwed
yeah,
myself.
the guy that was at the ale drinking contest.
Well, that's basically it. And well, that's up till episode.
what we just did.
Then we went to the cavern.
Yeah, you went
At the
to
end
the
of that.
tavern and met Cole.
Hey guys, fire's good against water.
Makes it evaporate.
Got your butt kicked against
Slightly
that metal.
memorable moments.
We had what, 3 fights that?
We've been fight heavy here, pretty
The water,
actually. Like
the
it was
board,
being
the
like boom, boom,
kitchen.
boom, boom, boom.
And bored again.
No, well we slept. No, I'm talking about before the water elemental. We fought twice. It was the 3rd battle on that rest.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, it was rough.
You had 2 fights today. So.
Yeah, and Kraloff's been exhausted for about 7 episodes.
Well, I'm not. I'm finally no longer exhausted, so. Give me one more fight, I'll get exhausted again.
You ain't dying this time.
Hey, you got you some
I got
armor
2
now.
more AC, so that might help.
Yeah, when he cranks out like a 28 hit.
There's so many of you all now, like level 5. You know, 4 people, 5 people level 5.
It's a big difference when you got
From
like a
4?
single monster instead.
From level 4 to 5, at least when it comes to spells, it's a big jump. Like,
Yeah, you get their little.
damn.
4 to 5 is a big jump.
3rd level, when you hit 3rd level spells, that's when stuff starts getting interesting.
Yeah.
So that's what you all get. You both got 3rd level spells now, right?
3rd level spells, I got something else too.
Are there a bunch of scrolls in Norville? Was it like scroll heavy type play?
Yeah, they're just laying everywhere.
There's a call.
Open a trash can.
They're fucking
Scroll!
sick of all it. Yeah, they're sick of scrolls.
I mean, I'm not trying to like just grab all the scrolls and be like, oh, I'm gonna learn them all. I like to pick maybe 1 or 2.
They got a wish scroll in Norgel.
I need a wish scroll. I do need a
Really use a
scroll.
wish
We
right
gotta
now?
get a scroll of Raised Dead.
Can we pretend that castles? Can we pretend that castles in the night sky are like shooting stars really good wish right now?
Wish right now. Wish right now. But no, yeah, we owe Callie a scroll of Raised Dead.
I was gonna ask you.
About the deal.
Yeah, that was the next thing where I was gonna ask you eventually.
I don't know how much they cost. I mean, probably a lot. Once that's a 5th level spell. Well, if it's at a college, you can probably have a commission.
Yeah.
Might take a while.
Can Cole make +1 weapons? I got some work for Cole coming
Can you make them? Like, can you only have so many?
It's got to do with the attunement stuff.
up. Like you do something to our weapons to make it +1.
Right. He has so many infusion slots. He can infuse it, and it'll be infused as long as until you just
It's
until you defuse it.
So you can only have like 3. You can only infuse like 3 things at a time, or
Right. It's some sort of.
I don't remember if it's proficiency bonus or
number.
it's derived somehow.
At least this time Newt's in jail. He's got a TV to watch.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting to see.
so you'll see to the right side of the pilot.
What's cool is this is an idea that Mitchell had mentioned to me a long time ago,
I like the way you brought it
and it was
out,
just
but-
an opportunity, and I
Yeah.
just seized the moment. I was like, "Yep, I'm gonna attack it that way." So, all right.
No, I like the way it's happened. But the way it's happened makes me curious how it's going to work out too. So it's interesting for me.
Magic does cool things in D&D. Well, is there any dying questions anyone has before we end this review?
Yeah, I got one question. I don't know if you can give it away or not. It was like episode 2 or something. You found a letter near a hole and you looked panicked in real life about it when you read it, and I've never heard nothing about it since. You was talking to Cortland.
I showed it to Kraylaw. I mean, I can. Well, we can go over it in person too. But it's like some cult.
Oh yeah, something about Ultio.
No,
There's a
about
death
Ultio.
cult or something. Cult of the god of death. And Ultio
Yeah,
is
it
involved.
is nigh the time for the God of Death to make his name be heard. May our hands and our voice do his building and bidding to the ends of the earth, for the justice of those long ignored will no longer be. It is time for the Dark One to return to me. Brothers and sisters, we sacrifice these to become greater than we could ever be. Let the night be long and suffering be cruel, for the God of Death returns to rule.
Yeah, I like how the god of death makes sure all his shit rhymes. That's really he falls in my head.
Sigbora, Varlands, Doberland, Islandia, Fakurdi are only the beginning.
Also, I want to figure out who the mother is.
Is there something up with Briggs' name being Alfie, whatever it was? In the
Alfie?
I'll give you a DM tip on that.
You just want to fuck with us and have a character with 2 names we remember?
No, I mean, not him.
He's going to do that even
On
though
that
he-
letter?
Oh.
It's probably got something to do with the hole. I just couldn't get in the hole.
You should ask what other cities have been attacked.
I just had that. I literally just had that thought. I was gonna say like, do those line up with the people that were attacked?
You have to ask it.
So who did that?
Yeah. Or the towns where people, like certain people like Violet, were attacked.
Oh.
So
What goes around comes around.
Once again, I'm
Yeah,
asking.
Dark
Is there a
Blood.
reason Briggs has 2 names?
Yes.
yeah, he has 2 names because he's not really an elf. Number 1, but you know that.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Where he was in the Legion or whatever, he didn't want to be, considered part of it when he left, and so he took the alias of Alfie because he didn't want to be known as Briggs.
Wait, he's not really an elf. What is he? I thought he was an elf. He just wanted to be a half orc, but he's not.
Also, it's something because he didn't want to be. Maybe he just.
So he's a half orc,
Yes.
but he's pretending he's an elf.
Yes.
But he looks like an elf.
Yes, because he's under the spell.
Oh.
Right?
It's because he don't want to be known.
It's worth investigating when we get back.
Well, he was with the half-orc Legion, the Legion of Half-Bloods or whatever.
Yeah, I just thought there was like a doctor or something.
Legion of Tusk.
Tusk.
Duma was. I was like, he's not even half orc, and she's like, well, he's adopted brother.
Well, that's because she didn't know we knew his name was Brig.
Also, you know where Brig came from?
Where?
That's one of my old characters.
Remember that campaign I bombed that time?
Oh, yeah, that was his.
Yeah. Brig of Tuscadar. Straight up.
You said that campaign I bombed.
I didn't get
Owning
it.
it.
Wow, Travis, somebody kept canceling.
Well, one time I had, and another time I had a fucking work event. So I was like, well, fuck. I'm supposed to play D&D.
Yeah, I was just gonna
And I think it was only 2 times. Who else played it?
you'll have to investigate.
My brother.
But Brig he's not under like a disguised self. He is an elf. He wasn't always an elf. He is
Okay.
now.
It's worth investigating.
True
I got that
Hollywood.
written
Did he
down.
pay for a racial change token?
They
Only
give us
costed
free
9
out if you keep the game longer.
Oh,
It
dude.
only cost him
Okay.
3,800 crowns.
Oh yeah, I was about to say, if it is the crown store, I must got a sale or something.
Alright, but that's it for this Manolan review. Check it out if you like what you see. Watch the campaign. Subscribe, please. We are 18 away from doing a giveaway.
As of now.
As of right now,
This'll be.
far in the future, so we'll see. Thank you guys.
4 months from now.
Thank the video.
Bye.
Huh?